take a few moments while someone's coming in, just to set the energy. Some singing bowls. So I've got a heart chakra singing bowl here. Oh, Brooke. I feel you, girl. These energies are crazy. Hey, Alka. I know you're on your holiday right now. How is it out there? I'm so jealous. In fact, I'm not jealous because you know what? I'll be out there soon. In fact, I'll be in Turkey in October. So why my stream is really bitty. Thank you. I don't know what your actual real name is because you kept changing your name. But Raven Moon. I'm just gonna call you Raven Moon. Oh, you just bought another singing bowl, Elka. Okay. You can just take a moment just to close your eyes with me. And you can just take a moment just to ground your energies. And just set an intention to just clear away everything that no longer serves you. And just set the intention to begin to come into a state of balance. Whew. I really love a chakra ball. Like the energy, sound. If anyone doesn't know anything about sound healing, sound is an amazing way to cleanse your energy. It's the most, or one of the most purest vibrations next to water. So that's why we would often cleanse our body with water. Initially, a lot of people don't know this, but water or being able to bathe your skin, because a lot of Europeans, when you think about bathing their skin, this isn't to throw shade, but this is more so, it was the science that was given to them by the Moors, and it was so to do with spiritual cleansings. And this is why you see a lot of public baths actually around Europe. If you go anywhere in Europe, all they've got is just these public baths, like Turkish baths and Turkish hammams and things like that. So, you know, water is an amazing way to cleanse, but also sound. Sound is a beautiful cleansing agent. So definitely, if you haven't invested in any type of sound healing equipment, whether it's a singing bowl, whether it's tuning forks, I definitely recommend that you look into it. Ayana, that's it. I remember now. I just haven't seen that in a while. So let me just prepare myself. So who in here would like a reading? I'm going to be going through the oracle first. Through the zodiac first. But if you would like a reading, please comment below. If you would like to donate to me, the PayPal link is at the top. Hey, Tasha. I hope I'm saying your name right. I really love the spelling of it, though. If you would like a reading, let me know below. Brooke is first in. She's like, I need to know right now. Amina, okay, cool. I'll definitely note you guys down as I'm going through. Please like this video. Please do not share it in any of these mocking groups like I said before. That wasn't cool. I was so upset after that. So please share it to friends, share it to those who need a reading, need some clarity right now. And yeah, everyone who's live right now, there's 8 people on here right now. Like the video. My bad, sis, I just scrolled and saw your live. Oh, dear Alyssa. I'm glad that my life can bring light to your day. No worries, Tashiaga, I've got you. Anyway, we've already spoken that there's ways that you can be able to, you know, assist me. So, you know, that's good. I will definitely hook you up. Cool. I'm still waiting for you guys to actually click the likes. There's only 2 likes on here right now, and there's 7 people live. So help me out, guys. Right. So let me just go through the zodiacs first, and I'm just going to intuitively just, you know, see what's actually coming up overall, and then I can go directly into, oh, thank you for the loves and the hearts. It actually makes a difference. It makes me feel like I can actually feel your energy as well, and this is an exchange. I don't want to feel like I'm just talking to a screen. Engage with me, guys. Yeah, I love it. Cool. So let me just whiz through all of the zodiacs first, so at least everyone can have access to some type of reading. You guys, I love it. So let me just go. Who's first? Aries. Let's start with Aries. What's going on with you, Aries, in this season? Cool. Ooh. Aries. And today I'm going to be talking all about expansion, because if you guys have caught my Jupiter direct video, you definitely realize that, you know, this energy is amping up, and it's really upsetting because the full truth and the fullness of Jupiter energy, or the Jupiter energy, especially as Jupiter's in its home sign, able to really grasp the fullness of, we got Saturn in there trying to just, you know, like literally act up like some kind of Leo, like it wants all the attention. So we've got Pluto in there as well. So there's a lot of karmic and, you know, stuff that's being restructured and just overthrown that's coming up. So there is an energy of expansion that coming in. But we're having to really work through this energy at the same time. It's not going to be easy. So this energy really comes with hard work, and definitely catch my Saturn retrograde video, because that was an urgent message. Time is up, so whatever you need to get done, do it now. And I do urge everyone to actually catch those videos. And right now I've got a video uploading about Uranus retrograde, as that went retrograde on the 12th. My internet's doing some funniness right now, so it's taking a while to upload, but hopefully by the time I finish this live, it should be uploaded. So let's move in. So Aries, for you Aries. And you know what? There's a lot of fire energy coming in this time right now. We've got a lot of the planets in Leo, so there's a lot of that sparking energy. There's a lot of passionate energy around right now. So definitely channel that passion towards what you need, where you need to be channeling it. So if you need to create projects, definitely start creating, stepping out and creating those projects. Do not wait, especially about this energy. With this energy, don't think, oh, let me just try and slowly start things up from now, and then maybe later on I can just launch it. There ain't no time for any of that. Like, this is a time where it's like, okay, I know I may not have everything together right now, but you know what? I'm just going to take that leap of faith and just almost hope it's just going to fall in place as it needs to. And that's exactly what's going to take place. We're not going to know everything right now. We're not going to see everything right now. And this is what this Uranus retrograde is bringing in. It's bringing in an element to where we can see further or see far into almost peer into the future. Yes, Brittany, you can have a reading. It's about peering into the future and being able to see beyond what we can we're physically experiencing. This Uranus retrograde is just going to throw everything on its head. It's just going to throw everything upside down. And so, you know, this is what is going to begin to become solidified, especially with this Saturn retrograde as well. So this Saturn and this Uranus energy is almost like it's two passion energies. Like Uranus, if you look at Aquariuses, they're very free spirited, they're very independent, they're very they don't fall in with the status quo. They're very much about they're very much detached. They can seem very detached from society because, you know, they're on their own world. And then you've got Saturn, which is very fixed, and it's got its structures, and it's got its boundaries, its rules, and it's got all those different things. And it's like these energies are pushing together, so you almost feel this tug of war at the moment, and everyone should be feeling it now, this tug of war, because you're almost feeling like, I should be going here, but I don't know how to like fully get all these things into place. But that passion and that light, that drive is coming. You don't know where you're driving going, but you know that you're driving to go somewhere. So that's kind of like a general overview of what's happening astrologically right now. Oh gosh, these cards. Hi Jake, I hope you're well. So yeah, let me quickly go into. I'm rambling. Here's my Gemini just going off on one. Let me get into Aries. Okay, Aries, what's going on with you? Okay. Ooh, so the first card that's come up for you is the Balance, Aries, and so this is interesting because this new moon is going to be coming up on your 12th house, and so you're probably going to be balancing a lot of things within your psyche right now. Within you're going to be very or in a very grounded energy. It's almost like you're going to have to be going in and dealing with a lot of the cracks in your mind. Karmically, I'm feeling a lot of that as well. Amina says, you're speaking to my soul. My eyes are filled with tears of joy from affirmation. Oh, I'm so happy that you've got that confirmation and affirmation, Amina. Okay, I'm right on the border of Scorpio and Sagittarius. Okay, November 22nd. So you got a master number, Jake. So that's very intense in itself. Like, right, sorry. Let me get to Aries. What's your second card? 2. Oh, Diamond. Okay, so Aries, I'm feeling a very Scorpion energy view that's coming up, where you're able to really, I see you're going to be like in your head a lot of the time, but you're going to be almost trying to see what aligns to be true. Like you're going to be very intuitively aware. Like a lot of things are just going to start clicking with you, and I feel like you're just going to start to certain things are just going to resonate with you, and you're just, okay, I need to stand away, I need to protect myself, I need to just, you know, yeah, I just feel like you're going to be side-eyeing a lot of people in this season, Aries, because you're always going to be seeing everyone for who they are, and you can't help at the same time. In the process of you have to understand that you're also dealing with your own stuff at the same time. You've got your own, shadows that you're going to have to be with, and just if you see that in someone else, then don't judge that. Just recognize the humanity, recognize the humanity in yourself, that you're not fully, you haven't fully healed, you're not fully in the place where you want to be, but, you know, it's being able to have that, how can I put this, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the, grace. Have the grace for other people. There's a grace that's gonna have to come up with you, and I feel like this is something you're gonna be having to exert, because you're gonna be more on the defensive side, I feel. So definitely pay attention with that. And your last card, let me not do 3 cards for all. Love and light, which basically confirms what I was saying. Act with care. Be careful in your expressions with people in a season. Really allow your mouth to be filled with honey. Don't be snapping. I feel like a lot of your reactions is going to be triggered through like where you're at, and you're not going to fully know where you're at. It's just you're always going to be snapping and not really know what is actually happening inside, but you're just going to instinctively just be reacting. So let me move on to Taurus, and I'm just going to do 2 cards. And I'm going to do the Moon Oracle and the Wishes Oracle at the same time. So what's going on with you? Taurus. Taurus, is there any Taurus in here? And what signs have we got in here? I know we've got Scorpio. Ooh, Taurus. Now this is interesting because Uranus has just gone retrograde on sign. So the card that's come up for you is the manifestation card in this card. So there's going to be a lot of things you really not what am I saying? Don't not take advantage of this energy. Like really put your effort into setting your intentions, especially when this new moon comes up. New moon, full moon. And yeah, really focus your intentions on what it is that you're trying to manifest, because I feel like, especially with this Uranus energy, things can just instantly manifest without even, without just like that. But it's like, as much as I'm saying it's hard work, it's the hard work for us to be able to get to that point. And when we really align with what it is that we really want, like it will just manifest just like that. I'm almost like seeing it just I'm just seeing like something catch on fire like instantly, which is powerful in itself. So definitely utilize this energy in the card. Exactly what I just said. Hot moon extremes. This is what I'm saying. My gifts don't lie and cards don't lie, because that's crazy. Hot moon extremes. Imagine I just saw something sparking on fire. Instantly, this manifestation, what it is that you're trying to manifest is something that will just come very thick, very fast. But it's something that you really have to, align yourself to what it is that you want. Brooke, you said you're Taurus rising, so this is intense for you. So I forgot to say that this is for sun, moon, and rising signs, but definitely listen to all of your signs. Let's say, really pay attention to your rising sign, because that is, your rising sign is symbolic of also your soul's mission, your soul's path. Like, what is it that you're meant to be doing? Also, your North Node is also your soul's mission. But anyway, I don't. So where we at? Gemini. Well, we got the you, and I'm a Gemini, so let me see what's going on here. Elka, obviously the best Gemini. Oh gosh. See, the thing is, just shitted on a lot. Y'all gonna learn to respect our name. I could tell you that for free. Oh gosh, okay. Gemini 1. Okay. Ooh, Gemini. Okay, so the first card that's come up is the Lady Goddess, which is the feminine and the feminine card. So you're going to be really coming into your feminine energy in this time. It's going to be easy for you to express this, especially in the season. So it's all about our passion. So you're passionately going to be able to express your your sensuality, you're going to be more open. And I feel what I'm feeling is an open heart. So what I'm feeling is for you to learn how to open your heart to people, and oh, okay, that's what I'm receiving. Opening your heart. But this is what Leo is all about. Leo is representative of the heart, and with Gemini, it's an air sign, so it's very mental in itself. So you know, it can sometimes get stuck in its mind, and sometimes it can get stuck in the illusions of its mind. So you know, that in itself can prevent you from having or not allow you from reconnecting in your love and relationships, because you know, you just feel like mentally stimulating your relationships is what is filling it, but there's still the heart aspect of things as well. So don't neglect the heart in this season. Really come into yourself. Really, I'm seeing, especially with any ladies, here's a tip. Go and find like a Beyonce this is gonna sound mad. Go find a Beyonce choreography online and like just do it. Like really come. You see like how Beyonce expresses her God energy, and it's really just it's really electric. It's really attractive. Like do something that really allow yourself to charge into that energy. Alpha says, I'm feeling this, totally resonates. Okay, that's good. I'm not feeling this as well. This is on point for me. But yeah, go get yourself a choreography, like one of those, you know, diva choreographies, and just really spark that divine feminine within yourself, because that's what's awakening right now. Okay, so who's next? Ooh, okay. So Cancer, the first card that's come up for you is Patience, and this is a 9 card. So and okay, so I'm being led. So it's the card number is 36, but obviously together is 9. But what I'm being led to in this is 369, and what I'm seeing is a process, and the patience itself is learning to accept the process, learning to see the process in stages, and not almost see the road ahead and be like, oh my gosh, I've got so far to go. But actually just learning to compartmentalize that process. 9 is the number of rebirth. It's the number of regeneration. So you're going to be able to regenerate yourself. You're feeling a bit down right now. So this is where that expansion is going to be able to come. But you need to learn how to be patient, Cancer. And don't allow yourself, what I'm saying, don't allow yourself to fall in your don't allow yourself to be led by emotions to feel like you're not actually going to be able to get out of this cycle that you're in right now, because that is dependent on your mindset. And what did it say? Energy goes where energy flows. So if your energy is flowing in the direction of more negative thinking, that is what you're projecting. In your cardinal sign, you have the ability to project out your thoughts, and what is it that that you see. So you know, you have to be very, very careful about how you perceive your situations and how you can end up limiting yourself in those beliefs. But seeing this, yeah, just be patient and know that there is at the end of the tunnel, and that you are coming. But there are stages to this, and learning how to celebrate the process at each stage. Okay. Whew. So Leo. Oh no, sorry, Cancer, you got one more card. Ooh. So the second card that come up for you, Cancer, is the Square Mirror, which is a shadow card. So there's a lot of things, and oh gosh, wow. I feel like I'm led to actually read these cards that actually came out. And it just was confirming exactly what I was thinking. Wow. Okay, so the cards that came out was the Shadow card, which is Scry Mirror, the Moon, which is the Cycles card, the Healer card, and a death card. And don't be afraid by death. Death is rebirth. This is what I was just talking about. That 3, 6, and 9. This is the confirmation of what I was just talking about. That death is rebirth. Our perception to death is negative. Death, there is no death, because energy is continually living on. So when there's situations that are pushing down our reality, it's understanding that that is not our end. That's not our demise. That is the new. I'm a testament to this. Like, I lost everything my home, everything I owned, everything, and now I'm in the process of beginning to rebuild myself. That's a real life tower moment, and the moon cycle, the moon card with the cycles, the shadow, the healer, all of this is learning to I feel like you're finally transmuting the last little bits of residue or karmic residue, so that you can fully close out this cycle that you're currently in right now, and then move forward into that rebirth. But you have to learn how to have patience and not rush the cycle. That's what I feel like. That's the energy I'm getting with that. Don't rush the cycle. Allow everything to take place as it needs to be. Okay? So let me know how these readings resonating with you as well, guys. Hold on, let me just get my aura cleanse. 1 second. One. Sorry, I just need to make sure my energy's right. I don't want to be transferring no stuff onto you, and I don't want you guys transferring anything onto me. So let's protect it in that. Cool. Where am I? Leo. Cool. Right. Leo, what's going on with you? And happy solar returns to all my Leos that are on here as well. This is your time to shine, just like you do. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Cards are dropping out. Okay. Leo, I'm feeling the card that came up is autumn, but what I'm seeing with this, and I'm seeing Libra, which is like the midpoint. This is where the sun goes into its full, and I'm seeing a full, and this is a full for some people. Like, well, there's different ways to be able to perceive it. So I'm seeing a full. Like, there are some Leos that have not been walking in integrity. And you really need to test your integrity, especially where Saturn is in Capricorn right now. Really, ring true to your integrity. Like, where do you stand? And what I'm feeling a very much energy, which is a Libran energy, that energy of justice, the energy of reciprocity, that energy of truth. And what I'm seeing is your heart being weighed against the feather, and I'm seeing you needing to really check where you're at and where you actually stand, and if you're doing things for the right things, because for the right reasons. Because if you're not, this is when you will fall. But also, what I'm seeing is, for those that do have integrity, this is a time of transition for you. This is a time where things are beginning to change, and things are beginning to fall away. I'm seeing almost certain blockages beginning to fall away, certain illusions beginning to fall away. Things are just beginning to fall in general. So the second card that's come up for you is peace. Okay. So this is a 10 card. I love this card. Let me see if you can actually see this card. I can't even see what's on my screen at the moment, but because it's actually delayed. But this is you being in Buddha mode and allowing, okay, so what the message I'm hearing is allowing whatever needs to fall and just be at peace. Like, be like Buddha, like just be like, listen, nothing touching my bag, like nothing ain't troubling me. Whatever needs to happen is happening. Whatever relationships need to get cut off, whatever I'm seeing transitions within business, whatever, you know, whether you have to change your job or change your career, or maybe you've been made redundant and you're being forced to change your career. These are all things that are coming up for you right now. So just be at peace and know that that transition, everything has to go through that process and everything has to fall for it to begin to rise again. Okay? So here's a list. I think it is Libra. Virgo. Virgos. Where my Virgos at? Let me know what the signs we've got here as well. Okay. For some reason I was led to 3 cards out of that deck, but they actually are very interesting. So the first card that came up for you is the stability cards. The stability card. So this is a time where you're beginning to the name of this card is called the Staff as well. So you're beginning to take control. Like if you imagine just taking a staff and being able to pull yourself up, you're going to learn how to take control of your own life and learn how to create stability for yourself, whether that be financial stability, whether that be emotional stability. You know, you have to begin to allow your surroundings to be grounded so that you can do what it is that you need to do. So that ability to create your stability is going to be able to come in for you. And the 2 other cards that came out deck was the clearance card. What I heard with that is belief. So clearing your belief system, clearing your belief system if it's not aligning with where you need to be. And I actually did a video earlier this week on my YouTube where it was talking about the poverty mindset versus the abundance mindset. And a lot of the times, because we're still a lot of us, all we've ever known is poverty, and that can be very limiting in ourselves to where we don't align or we create from that state of poverty. So you know, you may be a bit anxious to raise your prices because you'd be like, okay, people are not going to be able to afford it. Okay, but who are you selling to? That's a poverty mindset. So these are that's an example of belief systems that you're having to begin to clear. And the shadow card came up, which is the sky mirror. So this is you about this is like you learning how to dig deep in and really retrieve what it is, what those shadows are, like what are these packages, and what are these systems that are there, what are these programs that are running in your subconscious mind, like what's those background programs, like like when you've got your computer, you've got all these background programs, maybe you've got loads of tabs that's overloading your system's not able to operate effectively because it has so many subconscious background programs operating, and so that's what's limiting you. So the last card that came out for you is self-love. So really begin to learn how to love yourself in this season, and really learn how to celebrate yourself this season. Really, what I'm seeing is for you not to see or seek validation outside of yourself, but learn how to seek validation within your temple of self. Because, you know, if you don't know how to love yourself, then you know, if you don't love yourself enough to want to you know, go on this journey and really take that step, I can do that for you. So, you know, make that choice wisely. Right, so going on to Libra. What's going on with you, Libra? Libra. Okay, so I'm actually going to read the card for this because I feel like there's actually a specific message for you, and it's the invocation card. So there's something that you're going to be bringing forward in this time, Libra. Bear with me whilst I find this page. Am I blind? No, I reject that. I rebuke that. Oh no, because it's under that one. Right. So, right. So your desire to connect with the goddesses and gods have been acknowledged, but do you understand the true nature of the deities you're trying to summon? This is going on to what I wanted to do my next video on. Understand the true natures of the deities you're trying to summon. Heed the warning that evocation brings forth, for this action is not without danger for the inexperienced. I feel like what this card is trying to say is that many people that really be exploring their spiritual paths, and maybe digging into, you know, a lot more kind of occult practices, but you need to be careful, because a lot of the times you are calling all of these deities, calling Ganesha, calling Tahuti, calling Thoth, calling all of these deities, realize, or still real you still have religious belief that these deities are external from yourself. These deities are just a representation of everything that is inside of you. These deities related to organs within your body. So if you're about Ganesha would relate to the brain. Tahuti and Thoth, the thought would relate to your thoughts. Like, this is you. The Ganesha, it looks like an elephant trunk at the it's got the elephant at the front, but it's actually a part in the brain. That's what the brain actually looks like. So these things are just a representation for yourself. So if you're beginning to dabble in these types of practices without the knowledge that, you know, these energies that you're working with are inside of you, you know, you're actually going to do yourself more harm than good, because it's almost like I used this reference in my last video when I was talking about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She didn't know how to utilize powers, so it just became she ended up hurting everyone that she loved because she didn't know how to harness what she had within her. So don't allow yourself to be led astray, especially in this area. This is not something to be playing around with, and you really want to know what it is that you're aligning yourself to. Okay, so where are we at now? Scorpio, where you at? Scorpio? Scorpio. What's going on for you? Scorpio. No worries, Alex. Just hit me up, girl. And I'll sort you out. Or you can do it and you can just catch back the live. Oh, card just fell out. Oh, the card that came up for you is containment. So there's something that is going to be brewing for you in this time, but this is not a time for you to begin to release it. So whether if you're getting ideas, if you're getting, you know, sparks of inspirations or certain things, I'm seeing you really conceal that and really protect that right now. Don't allow, right now, this is like, if you I'm seeing people actually stealing your ideas, because right now you have the ability to create these profound ideas. And you know, if people, especially moving into this Uranus retrograde energy, especially moving into this Uranus retrograde energy, and once it goes direct, this is going to be like the time for you to really activate and utilize and act on whatever this card that just came up, the action card. You begin to act on what it is your that these ideas that you're getting, but you just want to make sure that you protect yourself, because you know, like, not everyone's going to have that level of authenticity. And you know, especially moving into this new age, into this quantum leap, it's been happy. And I'm a Scorpio moon. I understand this energy as it's coming through, and this message is really resonating with me. Because yeah, like moving into this quantum leap, not everyone's gonna have what it takes to be able to take that leap. So it's always gonna be like crab in a barrel. So don't make sure you don't get victimized in this season, Scorpio. So who's next? It is Sagittarius, I believe. Sagittarius. Sag, she's my progress sign. Right. Okay. So the card that came up for you, Sag, is the shadow card. And what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of things that's going to be brought to light, whether it be information, whether it, I feel like it's not bad information. It's going to be almost information that is just like, well, I didn't know that. I did that. Like, thanks for that. Like, you know, when you just have random people just hit you into some game, I feel like that's going to be coming up for you. So definitely pay attention to this energy. Definitely pay attention to who's coming to you. And what I'm getting is, please be mindful that your who this person may be, like it like you can get gems from anything. Like, so don't be almost judgmental. Not judgmental, that's not the word I want to use, but almost you'll end up missing where these gems come from, because you're expecting it to come this way, but it's actually going to come from this way. So definitely be aware of that. And the last card that's come up for you is, I really need to learn how to do shorter readings, guys. This is why you guys get so much out of my readings, because I can go in when I want to. These are only supposed to be 2 readings. Trust. Okay, so learning to trust those that are going to be coming to you, but also learning to trust yourself in your discernment of knowing that these people are going to be beneficial for your path. So definitely, I feel like you're with Aries right now in just really tuning into your discerning energies, and really feeling out what's true, but not making sure that you're not missing your blessings, because that's the worst thing that could happen. Right. Cool. So where we Capricorn, Earth signs. Well, Capricorn, the card that came up for you is yourself, the Earth sign, grounding. So you're going to be really supplying some structures in your life. You're really going to be focusing on your finances. You're going to be focusing on your more kind of and you're going to be yeah, really just seeding out some things and really just evaluating your foundation, making sure they're secure, your physical foundations, and yeah, like really making sure. What I'm also feeling for you is Capricorn. Please keep your ear, keep your heart, keep everything close to the earth, because the earth is bringing up a lot of messages right now. There's a lot of things that's happening with earth. I've got a lot of Capricorn in my chart, so I'm extremely clairsentient in picking up these things in myself. So I feel like this card is calling you to begin to connect more with the earth and connect more with the earth energies. So definitely get out there, get into nature, and just take time to connect. Okay, and the second card that's come up is assessing. So you're going to be in your ground, and you're going to be assessing what is it that you need to. Okay, so this is, I did hear this before, but I skipped over it. I did hear ancestry and ancestral energy, and this again is another form of your foundation. But I'm seeing is you're assessing what is it that you need to keep from your influences, your generational influences, from your ancestral influences, from your cultural influences, and you're going to see if this is something that you need to bring into your next cycle. But you're being really you're just really grounding yourself to really understand what is true to you, rather than what is, you know, what you feel like you have to kind of go with, if that makes sense. So Aquarius, what's going on for you, Aquarius? Oh, passion. So your passion is going to be ignited right now. This is a fire energy, and this makes sense because your opposite sign is in your opposite sign is Leo, and there's a lot of planets in Leo right now. Venus is in Leo, Mercury is in Leo, Venus in Leo, Mercury's in Leo, Mars is in Leo. So there's a lot of sparking that's coming up for you, and it's what is causing you to do is pulling you out of your mind and pulling you into your heart. So you're more led by your heart than you're led by your mind. Because your mind can lead you astray. Your mind can actually trick you to believe that you like certain things and you don't. Your mind can trick you into thinking that, you know, something is for you and it's not. So you really need to learn how to really, you're going to be pulled into your heart, as your heart is going to begin to almost like to you and be like, please recognize what I feel like. Recognize this feeling. Learn to tune into this feeling so that you can recognize this in everything. And if you're on an intuitive track, of course, you'll know, you'll be able to know how to be able to do that. We go into that in the course when we get to the heart chakra. Right now, we're still on the root chakra, so definitely pay attention to that. And then the next card come up, which has fallen out, is self-reflection. So you're going to be taking some time out to reflect on what makes you passionate, what feeds you, like what gives you life, like what brings you vitality, like what is it that you want to be doing in your life, like what is it that you want to be, where is it that you want to move, like what do you want to align to you, what do you want to be your reflection, like all of these different things, like this is where you're moving into. So I'm led to pick one more card for you. Which is the new beginnings card. So these passions and things that are being awakened right now, this is where you're going to be moving into. This is what you're going to this is your new reality, like your passions. You know, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what you're supposed to be working doing. This is what you're supposed to be living doing. This is supposed to be your life. So definitely pay attention to what passions are coming up right now. What is making you feel passionate? Who makes you feel passionate? Who connects like who really triggers that passion? Attention to all of these different things. So now we've moved on to last but not least, which is Pisces. And then please, if you've old readings, those who've asked me for a reading, go to it as soon as Pisces. But Pisces, what's going on for you? Pisces. Okay, that card fell out and I'm led to pick it back out. Okay. So Pisces, you're going to be clearing. And it's funny because my partner's a Pisces myself, so I always look at Pisces as a reflection of the energies of what's actually playing out. And they've been erratic, and I feel like they've been really, really affected by this Uranus retrograde, like intensely, because you almost like don't know what to do with yourself. The two cards these two cards just fell out. So the two cards that fell out is the clearing card and the tarot card, which is guidance. So there's things that need to be cleared, but you need to be able to seek guidance to see what it is that you need to clear out. So, you know, because things sometimes they can be deep-seated, and I feel like the stuff that's coming up for you is unconscious, and you're almost feeling this energy, but you can't pinpoint it. So you need someone to begin to help you to draw it out and really pinpoint what is the issue. Because again, you're just clearing the last bits of residue out. Not to say that we're not going to have residue for the rest of our life, but there's a stage or a level that needs to be cleared before you can kind of move forward. And the last part that came up for you is Sovereignty card, and this is the Queen of the Moon. This is actually the front of this deck, and this is about being able to understand your divine power and learn how to operate in this. This card is a 5 card, which is expansion in itself. So it's saying that the only way that you'll be able to expand is to really stand in your own power, understanding where you are sovereign, what is your sovereign space, and learning how to really own that space. Because if you don't own that space, someone is going to own it for you. That's a word in itself. So, okay, so let me just go back and see who is it that needed readings. And then I'll get myself out so I can actually spend some time with my partner. You know. Okay, I'll do Alka's reading now, and then I'll let her know that she's actually watch back thing. Okay, so Alka, this reading's for you. Ooh. Elka, Gemini. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So Alpha, I'm really happy about this. I know Alpha as well. But the 3 cards that came up for you is the Healer card, the High Priestess and the High Priest card, which is to do with responsibility, and the Prosperity card. Yes, Brooke, I got you, girl. Don't worry, I will forget you. So you are there's something that's coming up with you in regards to your own power, your own ability to do spiritual work. And there's a level of responsibility that's coming up in that, like you're beginning to recognize your responsibility to yourself and being able to commit yourself to practices. But also you're beginning to see the benefits of the healing that's been coming from these practices that you've been doing. Prosperity card came up, so there's an abundance that is coming coming with this. But I'm feeling a very strong healing energy, and I do feel like it's going to open up to more abundance in your life. But abundance, and I will say this, it doesn't necessarily mean financial abundance, and I'm going to say this for everyone. When I say abundance, because a lot of people be like, yeah, you get money coming in, you got money coming in. I think that Spirit told me, especially I mean, I've known this for a while, but it really hit me until last month when it's like abundance can come in so many different ways. So if you have access to, I don't know, someone like Tony Robbins who was able to coach you in business or something, and you didn't have to pay for it, that's abundance. You've just manifested something where you didn't have to actually pay that amount of money to actually get that, but what you've received is value. We need to begin to change our perception to value and towards abundance, because that's how we actually lock ourselves to abundance. So that's a beautiful energy that's coming up to you right now. And definitely stay on your spiritual path, keep doing these practices. And yeah, just know that you're moving in the right direction. Okay, so Brooke, let me move on to you. Because I know you ain't going to let me go off without having your reading, girl. You need to know. Okay, cool. Right. And I was led to do 4, so this is going to be led towards your foundation. But I'm seeing a law of 44, so you're going to learn how to actually create your reality. That's the way that just came to me first before even picking a card. And exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. So the first card that came up for you is the Earth card, which is grounding, which again is about 4 energy. That is again do with your foundations, but again it's to do with your finances. So I feel like there's an energy of fertility, of abundance. I'm seeing you become pregnant with a new idea, and you're gonna learn how best to bring this idea forward. There's something else to this reading, and I feel like I will give you the rest of this in a few months' time because it actually links to me, but I don't want to say too much yet. So definitely stay there, girl. And the last card is the familiar card, which is the guardian card. So it's just about you really understanding you are always divinely protected. That no matter what happens, that you are always shielded. You are someone who, you literally have 10,000 at your left hand and 10,000 at your right hand. So you never have to fear anything. Just knowing that that your path, what I'm also hearing, your path is divinely protected and going forward, and you're going to begin to solidify your ground, but you need to be committed to this process because it's not going to be easy. But yeah, a few months time, don't worry, girl, I got you. Okay, so let me know how that resonates as well. Who else wanted? I think it was you, Amina. Because you, Amina. So let me know, Brooke, how that was for you. There's some cards that are backwards. There we go. Yeah. Wow. Okay, sorry, I was trying to pull out my. I don't know how we put like this. Okay. I needed it so much. You have no clue. Oh, bless you, my lovely. I'm glad that was a beautiful reading for real, girl. Like, I'd be happy if I got that reading because that's amazing. That is definitely amazing. Yes, Amina, let me move to you. So around as well. Ooh, so the first card that's come up for you is intensification. Oh, Okay. So the first card that's coming up for you is intensification, and things are going to begin to intensify for you. Why? Because the two cards that came up is cleansing and foundation. There's foundations that need to be cleansed. There are, and what I'm seeing is you have to be forced to cry because you don't like to cry and you don't like to be vulnerable. You prefer to, have it all held together, but this season you'll be forced to cry because your foundation or your influences for what created that belief system or that ability not to feel vulnerable, that's toxic. So the cleansing is taking place. It's intense because it has to be shifted, and this is amazing because as the foundations get cleansed, you begin to create new ground for yourself, and this is essentially what it's all about. We need to learn how to create new ground for ourselves, and just make sure everything's all together. Okay, so I'm hoping that resonates. This was powerful. Send me your levels. I love how your gift shines. Oh, bless you, my lovely. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Who else was there? Brittany. I think it's you. Yeah. Okay, Brittany. And I think that's my last one. And I'm gonna get on out of here. And again, if you guys do want to be able to donate to your readings, you can click the link above. And okay, Brittany. I was actually 5, so okay. The winter card came up, and I'm seeing is the cosmic womb. So what I'm seeing is cards do not lie. They do not lie. The first card that came up is the winter card, and the second card that came up is the death card, and the last card that came up is the summer card. That is, my friend, the perfect depiction of transformation. Because the almost like the night, the winter card is like the dark night of the soul, and you could be in a place where you're literally experiencing like a really intense dark night of the soul when you don't know what the hell is going on, you don't know when you're going to get out. It's very cold, it's very isolating, so feeling a feeling of isolation, confusion. And the death card is saying that basically this is like a tower. The universe is just tearing everything down to bring you into this summer card, to bring you into this season of abundance, like this whole complete flip season that you're moving into. So yes, it's intense because these are 3 very major, cards and very major transitions, but just understand that the end goal of this is just to completely transform your life from winter to summer, from dark night of the soul to living my best life. Okay, so I'm hoping that these readings resonate with you. Please remember that the intuitive chakra healing course is live now. I'm really, really happy about that. Had amazing feedback courses, so I'm really happy that you guys are able to retrieve a lot of valuable information out of this course. So you can still purchase this at half price now, and you can purchase that off my website, which is www.soul-reconnection.com. Please remember to like the YouTube page and to subscribe to the YouTube page. Check out the content over there. This weekend I literally filmed I've been filming non-stop. So I literally got through about 6 videos. There's a few that's been uploaded. There's more that's coming out. So there's so much that's going on. So please, if you do if you do resonate with my content, if you do like my content, please go over to YouTube, because that's where things are going to be popping. I don't really like coming on Facebook too much, because I'm trying to build that platform. So, you know, I know a lot of you guys over here, but I'm trying to get you guys over there. Okay, guys, so I'll catch you guys soon. I can't remember when my next live is going to be, but there is some amazing lives that are scheduled, so, and some guest lives as well. So we're going to be going into writing our pain, how to write our stories, inner child healing. There's so much stuff that's coming up, and I can't wait to share it all with you. So thank you again for joining my live, and I will catch you guys on the other side.